Okay, Denmark, England has finished 1-1. How? Denmark should have won this game by 3 or 4. England take the lead through Harry Kane on 18 minutes, and that's a good bit of play. Kyle Walker makes the goal by his desire. Mugs Christensen, a low scuffed cross because the pitch wasn't great, and we'll talk about the pitch, but it pings around. Harry Kane stabs in the loose ball, and that's a great start. But the pitch was causing a few problems for both sides. Denmark dealt with it better, by the way. Hjulmand scores a thundercracker on 34 minutes, but let's talk about the England performance, because as soon as they score, they get so deep. Jordan Pickford might as well go to the lads, right, let's go on a pub crawl, because I'm basically taking you all out for dinner tonight, because they're right on top of him. They drop so deep, and that has to be on the manager. And I will talk about the manager and the tactics in due course. Denmark should and could have had 3 or 4 more. And England were booed off at full time, and rightly so. And I think a lot of the frustration was aimed at Southgate. It was an appalling performance. Similar things happen against Serbia, go 1-0 up and then sit back. And the second half against Serbia was poor. Was not a good second half in the opening game against Serbia. But this was just one of the worst performances under Southgate I've seen. It sort of reminded me of the Croatia semi-final in the World Cup in 2018, but on steroids. It's the best way to describe that. Dreadful. Playing Trent Alexander-Arnold as a holding midfielder from deep doesn't work. Playing Foden on the left, wide left as a winger, doesn't work. And there's a simple solution to this. You've got Kyle Walker, who's got pace, right? You've got Saka, he's left-footed and on the right. Well, he likes being on the right because he likes cutting in, but he can also do a canny job as a left winger. Swap Saka, put him on the left. Move Trent, put him on the right. If you want to play him further up the field in an attacking asset, play him as a right winger. Put Foden behind Kane. Put Palmer and Gallagher on alongside Rice somewhere in that midfield. Make a little combination. Put them maybe in front of Declan Rice. Suddenly you've got a more balanced attack. Keep the defence as is. It's a simple solution. You just swap one player from one wing to the other, move one player out to a wing and put one player in the middle. And you've just balanced England's attack, given Harry Kane more support, because he needs crosses. It will stop Harry Kane dropping too deep, because you've got Foden filling that gap. And then you can bring Palmer or Gallagher, or both, and just stick them on. And then potentially have Declan Rice behind them floating a little bit to pick up any scraps that are in the midfield. And then you've got Minor you can bring on, and then you've got the other, Jared Bowen and a few other options off the bench, or potentially to start if you want to shake things up. But you've got to balance that attack, because Foden was hopeless tonight. He was hopeless against Serbia, not involved in the game. One decent run, not involved in the game, because he's playing out of position. He does this with Grealish as well. Plays him out there. Just put Saka out there, put Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right, you've balanced your sides, you've balanced your attack, you've got players who can whip the ball in with their natural foot, and then you've got a big tall centre forward who can either head it on goal, chest it down, whatever, and you've got, a guy who can run off him, feed off him, and you've got two good midfielders who can run from deep, again get involved in the play. Suddenly you're using players to their strengths then. Southgate is not using these players to their strengths. Didn't help that the pitch was dreadful, but can't use that as an excuse, because Denmark played better on it and adapted. They're going, okay, this pitch is a bit dodgy. We'll have to adapt our play. England, we're not going to win anything with Southgate. I'm going to say it now. We had our opportunity 3 years ago. We blew it, and again, tactically inept. The substitutions he made should have made them at half time. Made them at half time. Send a message. Didn't. So the negative play continued. And that's clearly the players weren't happy playing that system, because they're making sloppy errors. There's no intensity. They didn't look comfortable playing it, and that has to be a management decision. That has to be Southgate with his assistant Holland saying, well, I want you to get a lead and then defend. Be more conservative, which is against the natural instincts of this entire team. Even the centre-backs want to run it forward and have a pop. It goes against the entire instincts of this team, how they play for their clubs, and how they play when they play well. And I'm sorry, the manager, bang average player, bang average manager, wrecked Middlesbrough. They've only had one season back in the Premier League since he got them relegated. So I do not, one of the worst managerial club stats you're going to see. A pretty decent Middlesbrough side, who were actually well, had some world-class players in it. I'm not going to lie. They had some pretty good players. Got them relegated. Bang average player, bang average manager. I've seen Sunday League managers with more tactical nous than Southgate. Simple solution to fix the attacking problem is bring Foden into the middle. Move Saka to the left. If you want to keep Trent Alexander-Arnold on higher up the field rather than at right, put him as right wing. It's a simple solution, and then you can just adjust the midfield with Declan Rice if you want to have a hold midfielder and Gallagher or Palmer or both on. It's a simple solution. He refuses to do it. It just makes no sense how he rigidly sticks to this system. Get a goal and then defend. They're not suited to defensive play. They're suited to attacking play. That was a dreadful performance. Dreadful. There is no excuses. Yes, the players did not perform, but I tell you now, while my pen goes flying, I'm going to leave that. I've had enough of doing outtakes for this. I pray to God Southgate is gone by the next tournament. I hope he's gone at the end of this one, because I can't see us going much past the round of 16. Slovenia is going to give us problems. Slovenia will give us problems. The way Slovenia played in periods against Serbia, they played with energy, commitment, and they played their players to their strengths. I cannot, with the way we play tonight, I cannot see us beating Slovenia at all. I can see Slovenia nicking a win there, and then we are sweating on it, because that was absolutely dreadful. Dreadful. While qualification is still in our hands, I can see Slovenia beating us, and I have no sympathy for this group of players then. No sympathy, because Southgate, not one of them is brave enough to go to the manager, I want to challenge you on that. I don't think that's the right way, because you want to have some feedback from your players, and these players seem scared to give feedback. They really are. Some of the best players you ever see will challenge the coach going, could we not do this? We found success. So you want to have feedback from your players, be it positive or negative. And I don't think these players are giving that feedback. I think they're either too scared because they might get dropped and put out in the wilderness, like a Ben White, who gave feedback, weren't happy with how things were being done, hasn't played for England since. Now, we can argue whether Ben White should be in the squad or not. Ward-Prowse, great off a dead ball, midfield depth. A few caps for England, clearly has given feedback. He's gone. Not in the squad. I do not understand Southgate's thinking, because it's undone us yet again. And I try and stay as neutral as possible, but I can't here. I'm sorry, that was a dreadful performance. And I've never been sold on Southgate as the England manager. The media love him because he's got us to a semi-final in his first tournament, a final in his second tournament, and we managed to win a penalty shootout somehow. And they're still backing him partially after possibly our best tournament for the style of play. Yet we got knocked out by the eventual finalists in France at the quarter-final stage in the last tournament. But we've gone backwards. We have gone backwards. And I'm sorry, not good enough. But there we go. Denmark, full credit to them. I should be talking more about Denmark, really, but I've just got to get this off my chest, because the Iceland result should have been warning signs. Things are not well here. The Serbia result with a win was not a good win. We deserve to lose. And I think Slovenia can beat us. There needs to be a response. The management team need to listen to player feedback. I fear they won't. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts on the game below. And would you make similar tactical changes to the ones that I suggested? Because a lot of people are saying there's a way to figure out the left-hand side. If you want to play Trent Alexander-Arnold higher up the field, play him wide, move Saka to the left, put Foden in the middle, and you've just solved the problem. Everyone's saying it on social media. It's so obvious. Yeah, he's blind to it, Southgate. But that's my view on it. Have yours below, and I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.